Hey everyone, welcome back to what might be the last episode of my Minotaur Berserker tutorial. We just grabbed our third rune, which means we can now enter Zot. I'm gonna capital G, go Zot, and I'm gonna hit 0. So we're gonna walk to the entrance first. If you just watched the last video, which I don't know why you wouldn't have, but if you just did, you just saw us get the Abyssal Rune. In terms of an Abyss rune, I would classify that one as really hard. As in, that was much scarier. Not scarier, but that was much harder than an average Abyssal rune. And really, it wasn't that hard. As in, there wasn't any time there where I thought I was actually going to die. Whereas, on average, it would be easier than that, and if you're lucky, you get a very easy one with almost no danger, and it might even take you 5 minutes to get it. Whereas, for instance, both slime and vaults are going to be hard every time. The thing is though, is that we ended up really badly mutated. I don't know that I've ever been mutated like this in Abyss, but it happened. What do we have? The one that we really care about is this one, armor fitting poorly on our strangely shaped body, which is costing us, I believe, 5 AC. We have a couple of transient mutations too, but they'll go away. So what does that mean? If we could, we'd like to quaff out of this. We only have one cure mutation potion though. I'll see if I can control F, find another one. Cure mutation. No, just the one I'm carrying. So, the thing is, the only other enemy that we'll encounter in the game, except perhaps on our orb run, when we're trying to leave the dungeon, that can mutate, is an orb of fire. And that's on Zot 5. Well, you might see them randomly on Zot 1 to 4, but mostly you'll see them on Zot 5. So the question is, do we want to save the one curing potion in case we get an even worse mutation from an orb of fire? I don't know. That's not a straightforward question. Five AC. I'm gonna do it. I don't know. Did we get it? I don't think so. No, we didn't get it. It's the one we didn't get. Oh well. Game. I think game was telling us no good. Alright. We've got our 3 runes. Here we go into Zot. Ooh. Lock glows eerily. Heavy smoke blows from the lock. With a loud hiss, the gate opens wide. And we're in this little tiny hallway. Alright, let's have a look at our read menu. We currently have 3 scrolls of magic mapping, which can map a floor. Oh, we're carrying enchant armor. Let's just pop back out for a sec. Let's read our enchant armor. That will give us 1 back. Put it on our dragon scales, and let's test out what this cloak is. A +2 cloak of invis. Very nice. That means we can drop our cloak of poison resistance because it's on our gold dragon scales, and we can drop our ring of plus invis. This way we now always have the ability to do it everywhere we go, which is very nice because the main thing about Draconians, which we're going to see a lot of, is that they can't see invis. So invis is really powerful in Zot for that reason. I know I also have, which I'll ID, a broad axe. +8 anti-magic. Would be good if we didn't have +9. Okay. Alright, let's try again. As I was saying, we have 3 scrolls of magic mapping. Once we finish Zot, there's no reason for them ever again, so we may as well use them here in Zot. A first floor of a branch is always a bit more dangerous than the next couple because there's only one stairway out. So what I'll do is I'm going to read this, the first one on this floor. Cool. And this is showing that the light on my lamp just blew. Wow. And then my other monitor just died. Sorry. Okay, I hope I'm not losing power. I might have just kicked the cord out. Excuse me a second. Take 2. The first time I tried to record this, the power went down to the whole street. If I can, I'm going to try to leave some of that in because I think it's a little bit amusing. I won't leave you in the sounds of me crawling under my desk trying to find out if I knocked the power plug out. Anyway, this is a few days later, giving it a second go at perhaps finishing this, and we just read a scroll of magic mapping, and we have 2 left, so if we don't find any more, we'll use those on floors 4 and 5. Zot is 5 floors deep, if you didn't know that already. When we've read this magic mapping, it's shown us all 3 of the stairs down are in this one spot. There's a hatch there, don't take the hatch, please. Definitely not in Zot. You don't know where you're going to land. But this little room here indicates that we've got some sort of a vault. There are a few I can think of that might be, but we'll have to see. What we're going to do though is, because we'd certainly rather do that last, is I'm going to hit Shift X, and I'm going to head over there. I'm going to press E to exclude that door. So we'll do the rest of the floor first. There are some competing opinions on whether you should try to clear Zot or if you should try to dive, and that kind of depends as well. So things to note about Zot just before I fight these guys. If you read Scrolls of Blinking, there'll be uncontrolled blinks. So normally, I don't think I've ever had to use one in this whole game. But normally when you use a Scroll of Blinking, you can pick any tile that you can see to blink to. But in Zot now, if you read a Scroll of Blinking, it'll be random, so you won't be able to pick. Also, teleports are delayed, and there are a couple of spells that don't work properly here either, but we're not a spellcaster, so we won't worry about that. We've just met a Death Cob. We've seen Moss of Wrath before. Death Cobs are really fast moving, and their most dangerous thing is here. They can drain your speed if they damage you. So if you're fighting them for a heavily AC character such as us, although less AC than we would have ordinarily, they're not that dangerous on their own. They're more dangerous if they slow you and then you're fighting an orb of fire or something else really dangerous. So we can just slow it this time. We can just tap these guys without worrying too much. Storm Dragon. A whole bunch of Draconians. Okay. They're the 3 we have seen already. White is cold, black is electricity, and purple is kind of an anti-magic guy. Draconians can also have classes, so this Annihilator means that they can be a colour and a class. These guys are just normal Draconians. An Annihilator, if we V him, he's got Crystal Sphere, ow. Iron Shot, which hurts a lot, he's got Blink, and he's got Poison Arrow, Lightning Bolt. So he deals Conjurations damage. 2 things. 1, we have a Broad Axe of Freezing, which is good because it will slow them. But 2, the main trick to fight Draconians is that they cannot see invis. So if we go A for our abilities, we fail, 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 that's 3, 4, got it in 4. Now they can't see us. So they're much easier to fight. There's a shifter. Green is poison damage. A shifter can... Dimension Anchor means he stops you from teleporting at all. And then he can blink you, and then blink allies around you. That is a Stormcaller. I think they've just changed those. Upheaval. Interesting. This is an ability of one of the gods. So it just does elemental damage around him. Put it on an enemy now. Okay. And then you want to wait out your contamination so you don't, before you rest again. And let's also eat. Although, there we go, we can eat the Draconian. Wait out our contamination. Feel you're being watched by something. That's a ghost moth. We'll put on our capital P, see invis. A Quicksilver Dragon. These guys are fast. They hit you with bolts of dispelling energy. So if you were hasted, if you were invis and one hit you, you'd lose it. But the most important one is if you were trying to teleport, that dispelling energy would dispel your teleport status. It's a really bad way to die if you're teleporting away and then it just takes it off. Particularly if you then don't notice, and so you're fighting or you're running away thinking, why isn't my teleport happening? And then in actual fact, this guy took it off. Quicksilver Dragons are in Vaults 5 as well. 2 Draconians, you don't need to get invis for them. That's a red one, they do Fire Breath, and he's the same guy, Conjuration into Magic. If your Crystal Spears us, we'll go invis. Okay. Alright, so Shift X and Control E will get rid of our exclusion that we put. Gold Dragon. Alright, let's see what's in this room. Let's just say it's probably going to be dangerous. So before we even open the door, let's dig ourselves a little kill hole. Capital V is my evoke. I'm going to dig a hole here. And then I'm going to disintegrate a little one up here. How many? We've got 8 recharging. So let's just... Got 13 digging, which is heaps. 2 disintegration. Let's just recharge it. If I didn't have so many scrolls of recharging, I wouldn't bother, because really digging can effectively do the same sort of thing. If we just dug another hole down here, it would have been similar. It's just we wouldn't be able to get one single tile to sit on. And then when we open this door, if there's a whole lot of crazy stuff in there, we'll run to our kill hole. Okay. This is a special vault. It's going to be full of orbs. I recognize it. So we're going to capital P put on our Ring of Corrosion resistance because they shoot acid. And orbs don't see invis. So when this starts happening, they're going to all start popping up as we go. This guy's start here. Let's go invis. And then as we run to this one, all these new ones are going to pop up. And it's going to run us around this room. Is it 2 more? Where are they? One's down here. And remember that these guys can't move. So at any point we could decide this is getting a bit crazy, as I am right now. Let's get out of here. Oh, clubs. God. We'll go invis. There are currently 6. Let's cleave as many as we can. Alright. Are we done here? Yeah, we're done here. So much for our kill hole. Alright. Fight the death cog on his own. Now, especially we don't have a magic mapping for this level. So what we might do, well, there we go immediately. We found a stair down. So the question is, do we want to clear this or do we just want to go down? And there's nothing wrong with skipping Zot because especially we're XL level 24, we're about to hit 25, which is fine for finishing the game. So it's not like we need more experience. So we don't need to kill enemies is what I'm trying to say. Other considerations for when you're diving are how many consumables do you have? That is, say you only have 2 potions of haste left, you have barely any teleports, barely any heal wounds, etc. In that case, you kind of want to conserve those few consumables you have for the later floors. It's possible you could find more by clearing Zot, but the thing is, you also might run into more dangerous enemies which will force you to use your consumables. You can meet Orbs of Fire, Ancient Liches. We haven't seen a Cursed Toe yet. Hopefully we won't, but that's an enemy that can torment you, etc. So, if you're strong enough to finish the game, there's not really that much point in exposing yourself to the extra threat of clearing Zot. Especially here where we've just found a downstairs. So, I don't know. It kind of depends on character, but you don't need to clear Zot is what I'm long-windedly trying to say. And in this case, where we've just found a stair down, we'll take it. It makes it a bit more dangerous. The main thing is that it makes your orb run more dangerous. Because say we came up this stair and we were suddenly right next to a panlord that we wanted to teleport away from, we might then end up on an unexplored floor fighting who knows what. It also means that on this floor for our orb run, this is the only upstairs we'll be able to take because again we could end up somewhere we haven't seen. But for now we're going to do it. And we'll see what we find on this level. Maybe we'll take some other stair up and check out what's up there. Being slowed. Trog gave us a glowing hand axe, and there's a Quicksilver Dragon Scales. That's a relatively light armor that gives you magic resistance, and funnily enough, this armor doesn't let you enchant it. It's the only armor like that I'm aware of. There's another downstairs. Alright, we'll take it. Alright. Whole load of Draconians. I was just going to walk over there and shut the door to try and be sneaky, so that when we come back up for the orb run, enemies won't see us. But we found a whole lot of Draconians. We'll invis. Okay. We will hopefully invis. I think that's 4 goes, and we just got blinked on a Zot trap, which summoned these ugly things. 5 fails? 6. Alright, we got it in 6. 50%, am I right? And these enemies are setting off the Zot trap. So this is bad. Here's a tornado. Let's dig through this wall. Never mind, the tornado is throwing us around. We're gonna walk away. Will we? Maybe. Alright, what do? We've still got 124 health, and they still can't see us, so we probably can just walk away. Now they can see us. Alright. 100 health, that's still okay. There we go. Alright, we'll rest up here. So that was unfortunate, that series of events. 6 goes to get invis and then blinked onto a Zot trap. Alright. This time I didn't even bother invis, I just said screw it, we'll fight him. Anyway, alright. Attempt 2. We'll shut this door. There's another downstairs. Maybe we'll check out both of them, actually. Check out this one. We've got a Moth of Wrath and a Tentacled Monstrosity. I don't think these guys can't berserk. I think demons generally can't berserk. Alright, let's just check out the other one. See where it leads. Okay, some other room. Right, this is Zot 4, so let's read our magic mapping. Okay, and all the downstairs are right here. So, on our way up, this is the one that we want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit Shift X, and this other upstairs, I'm going to exclude it, such that on our way out, we don't accidentally... Well, actually, we could go up this one, I guess, but because to get to that stair, we'd be running through all this unexplored territory, we want to be running to this one. And then we've got 2 stairs here. We've got all 3 actually, which is nice. Zot 5. Alrighty. That wasn't so hard. Let's read our magic mapping. Okay. The thing about Zot 5 is I like to think of this, it's often called they're the lungs. I think it kind of looks like the chambers of a heart, maybe. But normally people call these the lungs. You want to do these last. Zot 5 is one where you certainly at least want to clear all this outside area first. So because we don't want to auto-explore into the lungs, we'll go Shift X, we'll go to the entrance here, and we'll use E to just put an exclusion down. And then we'll clear the rest of the floor first, or this outside area. We'll just pop our head up and see. More Draconians. What invis? No, we won't. Apparently 50% is actually like 25%. I think our game's lying to us. Alright. An electric golem. If you don't have electricity resistance, which we don't have, these guys can be really dangerous. They're going to blink around and zap us with electricity damage. 2 things. 1, try not to get double zapped. So if you're between him and a wall, there's a wall behind you, so you're between him and the wall, you're probably going to get double zapped, as in the electricity will hit you once, bounce off the wall, hit you again. Also, these guys blink, so they're kind of hard to pin down. So if you meet an electric golem at the same time as some other enemy that's dangerous, you definitely at least want to quaff a potion of resistance to get our Because we're just fighting him, we can start hitting him and see how we go. Okay, we made that look easy. He didn't blink or really zap us that much. But, I don't know why I'm picking up this gold. It's not like I'm going to spend it now. Is there anything even on our shopping list? A scroll of recharging. Okay, no there isn't. I don't know, I can't help it. I see gold, I want to pick it up. But if you fight an electric golem with anything else, at least at least resistance. Also, because they're a blinking enemy, they're kind of easy to ditch at a stair. So say we had seen an electric golem here. If he were next to us, we could pull him upstairs with us, then wait for him to blink away, and then just come back down. Killer Clown does chaos branded attacks. Random powerful effects. I think it can technically paralyze you if you get unlucky, but if you don't have, say, cold resistance, his random cold attack will hurt you, etc. And then they blink around too. They're not that dangerous if you're heavily AC'd and you have most resistances. There you go. On Zot 5 there are also potentially traps everywhere. We've already seen how many Zot traps. 1, 2, 3, 3. And there are likely to be a whole lot more in here. And then there are also often permanent teleport traps. So if you get unlucky, you'll get thrown straight into here. And then because teleports are delayed now in Zot 5, you might just die due to no fault of your own, but don't worry, traps are fun, thanks devs. Traps are actually, they're probably the one thing that I'll smack talk devs about. And maybe entropy weavers, but I actually think traps are so bad. Anyway, Shift X, Control E gets rid of that. And we've cleared the outside here. So now we're gonna, don't hit auto explore because, I don't know, I feel like you don't just want the game to run you in there. We'll do it manually. Walk in slowly. Orb Guardians. They're fast. They hit for 45 damage. And they're relatively tanky. They're more of a threat to a mage than they are to us. We can just fight them. The main danger for Orb Guardians is if you ever fight one at the same time as a Moth of Wrath, then they really, really hurt. You don't ever, if you can help it, want to fight Berserk Orb Guardians. They do so much damage. And we're just gonna slowly bring stuff out one at a time, if we can. Because at any moment, we might find an Orb of Fire, or we might find a Ancient Lich or something like that. Let's read this armor. Back up to 38. Alright. Choosing left or right, doesn't matter. There's pretty much, I don't know if it's always the case, but there's pretty much always a trap on the entrance tiles here. So sometimes your choice for left or right will be made for you. If there's a permanent teleport trap, you don't want to take that one, or if there's a Zot trap. And sometimes, this is really dumb, there's sometimes a permanent teleport trap on both sides. So what do? Or a Zot trap on both sides? I don't know. Let's hope we don't have that. Well, that's a spear trap. That's irrelevant. We can ignore that one. There's an Ancient Lich. Do you see us? No. So while we can, we're going to switch to our anti-magic, and we're going to chuck Trog's Hand on. And there's a whole lot of Draconians. Let them come to us. And we'll invis too. The Lich still didn't see us, I think. No, he did. We'll step to him, because we don't want him to summon demons. Did I reflect a net back at someone? Oh no, it was a net trap. I love reflecting nets though, it's always so fun. Alright, we got him. So back to our freezing. Reflection. Alright, let's keep going. I'll wait out my contamination Strictly speaking, if I'm gonna wait here, I probably should walk all the way back and wait. And also, we'll think about that later. Okay, let's just eat. No engorged, no ancient lich. He saw us. We'll check on Trog's hand, and we'll start. He went invis. That's alright. We'll start backing out. We don't want to run at him because we don't know. We don't know what other ancient liches, orbs of fire we'll find, etc. Chuck on. I'm still wearing my ring of resist corrosion, so that's really bad of me. Chuck on our sea invis. And equip anti-magic. Trog's hand ran out. Let's examine him. He might not. Okay, 17% confused. I still don't want that. One thing, well, a couple of things to note about liches. One, if you ever find an ancient lich in a situation where, say, you teleported away from something and now you're only on 60 HP and you're right next to an ancient lich and you're thinking, oh no, this is going to crystal spear me. If you read a soul's scroll of silence, it will summon this aura of silence around you and he won't be able to cast. They're much less threatening melee. You care about their spells. The other thing is that nets are super broken. Well, super broken against really everything, but they're really good on ancient liches. You can see we currently have 0 throwing skill, but watch. If I hit F to throw a net at him. Okay, so, well, we netted him, but then the Hellion, his own Hellion, just hit him with damnation. So, suicide by Great Demon, I guess. Alright. When things are in nets, you get stabs on them. Let's walk away. Let's see if this... No, doesn't look like the golem's coming. Just trying to fight things one at a time. Corroded us. And I think we're still wearing sea invis, we are. Let's not make this mistake. We put our evasion ring back on. There we go. I think I had a rant earlier on where I was saying new players always walk around with sea invis on. And here I am doing the same thing. 2 ancient liches. Alright. Well, I think this would be a good time to do what I just showed you. I'm gonna chuck on Trog's hand because I don't think straight away, I don't think my thing of silence will reach this first one. So I don't want to get insta-parried and just die. So I'll go Trog's hand, and now I'm gonna alpha read Scroll of Silence. There's an Orb of Destruction. I'm gonna block it, probably not. I'll see if I can dodge it. Nope, I really can't, and that really hurt. Let's get the other guy in our silence. And so they can't cast spells. Having 100 HP against no spell liches isn't quite as bad as with spelled liches. So let's just whack them. And if our silence starts running out, as it is now, as long as it doesn't get, if it gets one more smaller, then I'll heal. It did, alright. Let's heal then. We are quaffing our heal wounds. Okay. See, now it ran out. so they can cast stuff again. And I can't read because my scroll is still silenced. So 170. Let's XP them. One has Paralyze, but 0% chance. And Orb of Destruction, which doesn't do that much damage from close. The other one, I don't think we know about. We do. Okay, he's got... Alright. The main thing that I'm looking at here is that neither one of them has Crystal Spear, and neither one of them has Iron Shot. So the thing I was worrying about is both of them Crystal Spear me in the one turn. That's not going to happen. So 170 HP should be fine. Okay, we got him. And we're going to start walking back towards an upstairs to heal. Because we don't want to... There we go, got one. Didn't get one, we healed. One of the features, I guess, air quotes, features, about having lots of permanent teleport traps around in Zot is that enemies will walk into them and then get thrown all around the floor. So those two ancient liches behind us were almost certainly a result of that. They probably would have been in the chamber and then they got teleported out. So, oh, there's our first Orb of Fire. Okay, well, it hasn't seen us yet. Things to know about an Orb of Fire. If you don't have any fire resistance, you should, because you're insane. Just having one with a lot of AC is probably fine, but we still have 5 potions of resistance, so we can quaff one. I think I'll quaff one just to demonstrate. They can also mutate you. Can we XP it even though we can't see it? No. Okay, this Orb of Fire being out here is also almost certainly the result of a teleport trap throwing it out. Freezing is a decent brand against Orbs of Fire because they only resist at 1 point rather than fire or electricity, which does almost nothing. But anti-magic is a very good brand against Orbs of Fire because it will stop them from using their fire spells, and also they can mutate you. There's an ancient lich. We definitely don't want to fight an ancient lich and an Orb of Fire at the same time. So let's... Orb of Fire has now seen us. Okay, we're going to quaff a potion of haste. We're going to quaff a potion of resistance. And we're going to quaff a potion of might. We have 6 of these, and an Orb of Fire is probably the most dangerous thing, except for maybe a Panlord on our Orb run, which you don't want to fight anyway. So an Orb of Fire is probably the most dangerous thing we're going to see now, between now and finishing. So we may as well use our might potions. We have 11 agility, why not? We just go all in everything. Could Berserk, but we're hasted and might, which is effectively the same thing. So we won't. And we're just tabbing away. Once you start anti-magicking it, it becomes a lot less threatening. Check on Trog's hand. Because we're still mighted and agied and everything, we'll run at the lich. Trog gave us a war axe. Thank you, Trog. So our first Orb of Fire wasn't so bad. We fought it on its own though. If you have some fire resistance, if you're Trog, you probably have some sort of anti-magic weapon, and you don't be afraid to use your buffs, your mights, your hastes, your resistances, etc. Then you should be fine. It's just, if you underestimate an Orb of Fire, it's going to kill you. Its fire magic hurts so much, and they're very tanky. I'm going to lure him back, and we're going to second Trog's hand. Let's throw a net at him, just for lol nets. Don't you love how with 0 throwing skill, I can just net him almost 100% of the time. Oh, nets. There are some different varieties of Zot fire as well. This looks like one. There's one that has 1,000,000 orbs of fire. There's one that has lots of ancient liches. This looks like we got the ancient lich one. And we'll start inching our way in again. And we'll very slowly, don't auto-explore in Zot 5. More liches. We'll very slowly try to fight things one at a time. Trog's Hand. Trog's Hand, sorry, Ancient Lich and Orb of Fire. Okay. Orbs of Fire are fast as well, so they're hard to run from. Because we're in a corridor, this is probably okay. We've got Trog's Hand on. We're going to quaff Haste. We are going to quaff Might. And we're going to quaff Resistance. And let's not actually allow both. No, let's do this. We'll allow both because I don't want this guy to be summoning greater demons sitting behind the Orb of Fire. If he summons a Tormentor, a Fiend, at the same time we're Orb of Firing, it could get ugly. Another thing to know is if you only have potions of haste, so for me, in addition, I also have a wand of hasting. If you only have potions of haste, if you can, try to keep 1 or 2 with you for the orb run. Try not to use them all here. It's because on the orb run, demons will get summoned, potentially fiends, potentially panlords, etc. And you really just want to haste and run the hell away from them, rather than have to fight them. Check this, there's a permanent teleport trap. This is part of what's been throwing all these liches around. Check this corner first. Okay, that was just our haste running out. I thought we got Zot trapped. Electric Golem. We're still currently resisting. So we're currently resistant to electricity, which is nice. More liches. Chuck Trog's Hand on. To be honest, I'd rather fight the lich ending than the Orb of Fire ending. And see, we're already up to XL level 26. 27 is the highest in the game. So you can see that we really didn't need to clear Zot as we were diving it. You'll end up getting a whole lot of experience here anyway. And it's not like you have to be level 27 to finish the game anyway. We still have Trog's Hand on already. Shooting Orbs of Destruction at us. Okay. In the chamber, if we get to it, there are going to be a whole bunch of Guardians. I'm going to try to pull them back one at a time. One, so we don't fight 10 at once, and there's the Moth of Wrath. Definitely so we don't fight a whole lot with a Moth of Wrath, but also because, again, there might be Ancient Liches, Orbs of Fire, etc. in there. I haven't looked at my skills for a while, but we got Fighting to 27. And these are fairly getting close to the end. Shields is 23.7. What's our actual... 25 is the skill to remove. So we're almost right at the end of the game and we still haven't got rid of our large shield penalty. Which we probably never will. Let's ID this cloak. +1 invis, not as good as +2. Orb Guardians, one at a time. Don't run in there. another haste potion. And I'm kind of just trying to walk around the outside to reveal one tile at a time. Yep. The third one didn't see us. Kill clown. It's fine. And there's our Orb of Zot. Don't just run and grab it. There are a few things that we're going to do first. Okay. Alright. First things first. We're finishing the game now. There's zero reason to be carrying around scrolls of recharging. We may as well just after read, recharge up everything we might use. So we'll put our heal wounds 1 from 7 to 9. We will recharge our hasting wand to 9. We'll recharge our teleport. 8. 8's fine because we have 10 scrolls as well. We'll recharge our digging to 24. And paralysis doesn't matter, acid doesn't matter, lightning doesn't matter. So we put our, there you go, use the scroll for 1 teleport charge. Okay. You also, before you grab it, you want to eat up to full. And then you could grab it and try to get the hell out. You'll notice that we haven't explored this side. It's kind of like when we dove Zot, you don't need to explore it. We could grab this, run back out this way that we came, and try to get out. The thing is that if you can, as in, we still have a whole lot of consumables. We haven't been struggling in Zot, so it's not like we're probably not going to die to the things we find in here compared to what we've seen already. So if I can, I would prefer to do this. And the reason for that is that it seems fairly common that when you grab the orb on Zot 5, that immediately the game will summon some panlords. So it makes it such that you want to teleport. And then if you end up in here with orbs of fire and potentially then panlords running you down, it's really bad. So you don't have to do this, but I prefer to. I just feel like it makes the orb run a bit safer for not that much more danger. As in, we've already been doing Zot 5. We have a lot of consumables still. And so it doesn't really cost us much to clear this, but potentially could make our orb run a lot safer because we can teleport without worrying that we'll end up in that room. Okay. We'll put on our Trog's hand. Okay. On this side, there you go, there's a permanent teleport trap. So you can't leave this way anyway. Also, you couldn't get in. This is something that I like to do, which ZXC, who currently has a 33 game, I think, an active 33 game win streak, gets mad at me because he says this is unnecessary. But when teleport traps throw monsters all over the level, I am going to check it again. Because traps are dumb, and if you're going to make my orb run dangerous through traps, I'm going to do something unnecessary to make sure you're not going to do that. So if you go Shift X and then you press Control F, you will forget the level. So now we're just going to explore around again and find everything that, see, like this. And we just got frailed. This is a perfect example So, say we grabbed the Orb of Zot and then we're like, okay, let's get the hell out of here. And say we hadn't explored this other side. You run out and then here's an Orb of Fire. Like, why let that happen? We just do what we're doing now and check everything. We're gonna quaff haste. Q for quaff. Haste. We're gonna quaff might. And we probably don't need resistance. And let's use our anti-magic. Okay. Why? Why is this a thing? Why are traps a thing? I don't know. Anyway, so we're spamming out O button. Here, again, ancient liches. I'm running out with my orb being chased by a panlord. Oh no, an ancient lich. He is summoning like a crazy person. Ah, good. I'm glad we found one of these, because I was going to have to explain it, because we hadn't seen one. A cursed toe. The game marks it as yellow, but in your mind this should be red, always. He has Torment, which cuts your health, and he summons mushrooms around you. These orange ones, if they hit you, will confuse you, but he can also summon the kind of evil ones that they do like a drain HP thing. So what's going to happen when you fight a cursed toe? It's kind of like fighting a thorn hunter, but 100 times worse. He's going to torment you, in addition to surrounding you by mushrooms that block you from getting to him, so you have to fight your way through the mushrooms, and while they're hitting you, they're potentially confusing you. Very, very, very dangerous enemy. Like most ranged enemies, we don't want to run at him. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tiles to get to him. 6 potential torments, in addition to being confused by mushrooms. So we're going to run the hell away from him. And the best way to fight a cursed toe is to make a kill hole. So, I could make a little one in here. Well, he hasn't come yet. I'm going to step up to this corner, and if he comes, I'll dig into the rock wall. Nope. You just forgot about me? Okay. We're getting kind of a long video now, but I don't really want to cut it off to make like a 5-minute one to finish. If you press your T, that's your talk button. Useful for instructing allies, but one thing you can do is if you hit T again, you'll yell. I'm hoping by yelling that the cursed toe will come to me. There we go. Okay. A torment. That's alright. The cursed toe on its own isn't bad. Let's XP it again. It doesn't even have an attack. So it on its own can't ever kill you. As in, if you're fighting it like this on a single tile, the cursed toe can never kill you because it doesn't have an attack or a damaging ability. As in, Torment always halves your HP. I don't know how the rounding works. I don't think Torment can ever kill you. There you go, it tells you its damage is never lethal. I was going to say, if you have 1 HP and you get tormented, I don't know if rounding would kill you, but apparently not. So as long as you kill whole a cursed toe like that, you won't ever die. But fighting it in the open, very, very, very dangerous. Okay, look at all these enemies that are everywhere. You might have think you had cleared the floor, but no, the teleport traps threw stuff everywhere. Alright, now we've done it. Now I'm feeling a bit safer, so we'll shift X and we'll wander over here. Alright, let's eat. We're now engorged. All our ones are charged, I believe. Heal wounds at 9, teleport 9, hasten 9. Alright. Let's grab the orb. This little, I don't know what you'd call it. It's like a fog, but it doesn't reduce sight. means that for the rest of the game, as you try to leave, your teleports will be delayed. You can't blink, so it's like being in Zot 5 from now on. You can't blink in a controlled manner, only random blinks, and also if you are stealthy, it hurts your stealth. Alright, do we have a preferred staircase? Let's have a look. The square bracket is to go up. No, they're all kind of in the same spot. So I just want to go to the nearest one. And you can see some demons are being summoned. I don't want to fight them. As much as you can on the orb run, I guess that's why it's called an orb run, you just want to run. Because the game can keep summoning demons and panlords and God knows what, so you just want to get out of here. I'm just using Shift X and my less than sign to find stairs. The toenail golem. Those guys aren't threatening. Alright, we're up. We're up. Zot 1, Zot 5, and Depths 1, etc., where there's only one staircase out, are the really dangerous ones. Because you might get a panlord guarding them. Another thing about the orb run, don't be afraid to just save turns by digging paths out, rather than messing around, spending more time. Alright. Depths 5 is quite dangerous too. Alright, here's a secret. It's not really a secret, but I feel like it's a nicer way to not just lose your mind on the orb run. If you go Shift G for go, then we're going to do D for dungeon, I'm going to put in 0. Commonly known as GD0. So we're saying take us to the entrance of the dungeon. Here's our first panlord. Alright, we're on Depths 4. Alright, panlords can have any spell set. You have no idea. By examining it, we can see that it's fast. So that means if we haste, we can run away from it. It could be very fast. Also tells us its resistances. If you are a mage, you might care about those. So if you're a fire mage, he's immune to fire. It's nice having these hit. He can hit for up to 56, which is a lot. But he can have any spell set. He could have Paralyze, he could have Torment, he could have Hellfire, all of those things, we don't know. First things first, well, there's an Ancient Lich who could paralyze us potentially, but the Panlord could have Paralyze. We don't want to insta-para and die, so we're going to Trog's Hand. We're going to quaff a Haste, and then we're going to try to run the hell to one of these stairs. Can he fly? I feel like Panlords can fly. He can. I don't know if they all can, but this one certainly can. I was going to say, I maybe want to quaff Flight to fly across here, because if I run around to this other stair, he'll just fly across and catch me. Alright, we're going to quaff Flight. And then, ideally we get to one of these stairs. He didn't catch us. Alright, now he's gone. That's ideally how you fight panlords. You just haste and run the hell away from them. If we have never used our scrolls of summoning, we have 8. That's a very good panic button, which we could have been using to try to fight orbs of fire and stuff. But they're very useful now against panlords, etc. Because if I see another one, I'll show you. But the idea is you summon a whole bunch of random nonsense monsters to then just get in the panlord's way, which will allow you to escape. So we already did GD0 before. Now if I hit Shift G and enter, it's going to keep taking me to GD0 or out of the dungeon. And the dream is, it's going pretty well. We're already up to D15. The dream is you just hit GD0 and then when it stops, you're on D1. We're already up to D10. This is pretty good. GD0 go. Another panlord. Okay. Trog's Hand, so we don't get insta-parried and die. And There's a monster blocking the stair, and the Panlord would catch me if I try to fight to get up the stair. So we're going to do what we said before. We're going to quaff haste, so we're fast, and then we're going to read with a scroll of summoning. It didn't summon many things. Unfortunately, scrolls of summoning are relative to the floor you're on. So because we're on D8, it's just summoning random D8 stuff. Let's just hope we get more though. We're confused. Okay, we'll quaff a curing, and now we've got a whole bunch more stuff. We can use those guys to block him. You can see they're distracting him. And then we'll do a little loop. That gets fast. But it's alright, there's another 2 Panlords. Oh my god, 3 at once. Never mind, we're leaving. Oh boy. Say we'd been in the middle of those 3 Panlords. We would have read a teleport. We would have quaffed a potion of resistance, because who knows what electricity or whatever damage they're about to throw at us. And then we would just try to live and hope that our teleport put us on the outside of the level. GD0. We're here, we've done it. My little celebration is that I like to summon the rest of my scrolls of summoning and then throw some nets at them. I don't know. I don't know, I find it fun. Okay, so we did it. You now leave like a normal staircase. Hooray! We escaped. There's all our items. We still had a lot of stuff. So I don't think we ever used the blinking once this whole game. We didn't use summoning until the end. I don't think we ever used our heal wounds wand. Maybe once. But I didn't use my slaying rings or my strongest artifact things. So it kind of shows you that you too can win a game like this, as long as you take it easy, you don't run in like a madman, you remember to use your berserk, your brothers in arms, your abilities, and you, as much as possible, try to have a plan for when you're dying, so you teleport out early, etc. Should be no problem. So there you go, we did it, we won. Escape with 3 runes after 8 hours, oh man. I don't think that's quite true, because the game often counts time that you're AFK sitting, but still, that's a lot of talking. If I played this on my own, it'd probably be about a 2-hour game. Okay, that's it, we did it. There's your Minotaur Berserker tutorial. I hope that it's been helpful and or enjoyable. Ideally, both of those things. If you've got any feedback, I'd like to hear it. I have a specific combo in mind for my second game, and then after that I'm going to throw it open to suggestions. So if you have any suggestions for what you want me to play, think about it, don't tell me yet, I'll ask officially in the next series. But that's it, thank you for joining me, I'm Ultraviolent4, and hopefully I'll see you in the next series.